Hello, my wandering souls, my fearless seekers. Welcome in or welcome back. Today's reading is going to look at what is holding you back that you can't see. This is your blind spot. So we are going to allow the cards to illuminate what that blind spot is and what you need to know moving forward. Let the messages that resonate confirm what you already know or reveal what's been sitting just beneath the surface. Take what fits, leave the rest. There are 3 soul paths for you to choose from today. Timestamps are in the description with some other links for you to check out. But for those who would like a close-up of the pile selection today, let me do that right now. For Soul Path 1, we have the past. For Soul Path 2, we have intuition. And for Soul Path 3, we have shadow work. And when you feel called and ready, head down into the description to click the timestamp for your reading, and I'll see you there. For those who chose the past, this message is going to be for you. I feel like part of your blind spot has to do with your past. It could also be something that's been hanging around for a very long time. This could be a pattern of behavior, a pattern of thinking. This could also be someone that you've returned to over and over and over again. And so there could be some kind of block or blind spot when it comes to that repetition. So all of the cards today feel almost very ominous, but I ultimately think they're going to be positive. Sometimes we need to see our dark sides, our shadows, in order for us to find the light, to lean into the light, to have the good things, the other polarity of that light. So, where are you at currently, Major Soul Path 1? 10 of Wands. Yeah, there's something that you've been burdened with for a really long time, and it's been weighing really heavy on you energetically. You could feel really tired and burned out from whatever this is. So, yeah, just again, that repetition to the point where it's become exhaustive. So it's something that is no longer sustainable. And that's currently where you're at. So what's the blind spot? What is the blind spot in this situation? All of these are hidden, so they're not hitting the table. So there's a lack of confidence there. 9 of Cups. Okay. So to me, energetically, you're feeling some kind of way, but emotionally, you're presenting yourself like everything is fine. Everything is good. I'm successful. And I get a little bit of contrast with those 2 energies. Because inside, I feel you're really dragged down. You're really tuckered out. You've been doing something to the point of exhaustion. But emotionally, it's like you're doing fine. You're doing great. You're feeling fulfilled. So the presentations are very different. That's kind of, it's like you're presenting to somebody a certain way when really it's totally different on the inside. So just look for those contrasts. If it's not that specifically, look to where there are polarities within your life and how you feel, your perspective, your behaviors and actions versus your values. There could be something very different there. So what do you need to know moving forward? The 8 of Swords. Okay, whatever this cycle is, it's definitely kept you stuck in place, not getting to that 10 of Cups, which maybe that's what you're aspiring for. It's making you see that what you desire is not possible and that you're stuck where you are. But I'm going to challenge that and say that you have some kind of choice. It may not be an ideal choice, but it is a choice that you could potentially make here. It may not feel logical. It may be something completely different than what you've done in the past. So you're going to have to break free from some kind of pattern, and that might feel uncomfortable. I feel like that is a temporary feeling. And the Four of Pentacles is at the bottom of the deck. So this could have something to do with what you do for work. You don't get paid enough for what you do for work, yet everybody piles everything on you to do. So again, that contrast of doing too much and not getting that reward. This could also be within your health as well. You could have felt very, again, low energy, really tired, really exhausted. Some kind of burnout cycle is in there as well. And I feel like your resources are running a little low here. So yeah, just feels like what you're doing is not a sustainable thing overall. And it might be really upsetting some kind of foundation in your life as well. Could be within the home or within your career, business, job role. But I do feel like something here needs to shift, and it's going to be up to you to make those choices in order to make that shift and move things forward. So that is what I have for you, my dear Soul Path 1. If you'd like to go deeper into this kind of work, you can join my inner circle over on Patreon or work with me one-on-one. And if you're not up for that, like and subscribe if you want to receive more intuitive reflections like this, and I will see you in your next reading. For those who chose intuition, this message is going to be for you. So I feel you've either been tapping into your intuition more, you are intuitive, or you're trying to use your intuition to make a decision. Right now, I feel you're on the fence about some kind of decision, and you're not really sure which way to go, which path to take, which decision to make. So maybe you're really taking some space here to be able to get really clear, to tune into your intuition, to know what that decision might be. Let's look at where you're at. We have the Hanged Man in reverse. So you've gained some enlightenment about something. There's, this almost feels like a very passive energy. It's almost like you got comfortable in the discomfort of something, and you got kind of comfortable with the waiting. There's a patience here. There's an enlightenment that has happened. So you could have very well put yourself in this state of being or state of receiving, and maybe something significant happened in that space. Something was illuminated. So what is your blind spot? 7 of Cups. So there's a lot of motion here. Maybe it's some emotional confusion. Now, this could be part of that decision where you're kind of maybe on something. And maybe there's a perception that you have gained some information about something, but it's almost made something more confusing. So your blind spot is that maybe whatever decision that you're making needs to come from a place of your intuition rather than emotions, and also the opinions and advice of other people, the desires, the needs of other people. Consider those very lightly, maybe some more than others, but ultimately it's not trying to appease everyone, every emotion, everything. It's getting back to your intuition to figure out what that decision might be, rather than making it from an emotional place or a place of confusion. So, what do you need to know moving forward? What do you need to know moving forward? 2 of Cups in reverse. So again, another 2, which just reflects that, not another 2, but another decision card. So 2 of Cups in reverse. Again, it's like an apple cart might have to get upturned here in order for you to really move in the direction that your intuition is leading you to go. And yeah, the King of Swords at the bottom of the deck, that just clarifies that there has been some knowledge or some wisdom that you have gained there's some kind of mastery. So it's like you know something more than you did before, but then the emotions and other people get involved. Things get a little foggy. And then you think you don't know what the decision might be. But what you need to know moving forward is that there is a tough decision that must be made, and you might have to figure out how to expand your emotional capacity to hold that discomfort. Nervous system work might be really helpful here, and really understanding something on a deep level and trusting that. There's a lot of trust with the King of Swords, having the confidence in the decision, being clear when making the decision, being as open and communicative and transparent and honest as possible, in spite of any discomfort that might come with that. And that's a process. I will just say that. So that is today's reflection, my dear Soul Path 2. If you'd like to go deeper into this work, you can join my inner circle over on Patreon or work with me one-on-one. The links for that are in the description. However, if that's not your thing, please like and subscribe if you want to receive more intuitive reflections like this in the future. And with that, I will see you in the next one. For those who chose shadow work, this message is going to be for you. I feel like you would benefit from shadow work, or you're currently doing shadow work. I feel like there's something that is being softly illuminated or being brought to the surface within the subconscious. Maybe you're understanding subconscious patterns and the way you move, the way you make decisions, and what are driving those things. So something beneath the surface, I feel, is happening at the moment. Oh, that's interesting. I did 4 knocks, and I also felt like things were really taking a really long time. There was an impatience there, so that might be currently where you're at. King of Wands. Well, you're coming in with lots of creativity, ideas, boldness, confidence. So I feel you're in a good place. You could be in a creative position or like a high role or in leadership of some kind, maybe within the creative arts or in film. But I feel you could lead people either way if you're not in those industries, if you're not doing that kind of work. You could also simply just be a leader. So what's the blind spot then? Everything's looking good. What is the blind spot? What's holding you back that you can't see? 4 of Wands. Well, something doesn't feel quite stable here. And because it's associated with the Wands, I'm going to say it's related to wherever you're showing up. Something is feeling a little unstable. This could be within the job, within the career path, within the business. But this could also be, within some kind of role that you're in. I feel like you're trying to keep something together here. So you might be coming off here very strong, very confident, everything is good, but there's something within the foundations that are feeling quite rocky. So externally, you're presenting one way, internally, you're presenting another. And the blind spot is that there's not an admission of something here. Or at least a recognition of something. So you're kind of just going on as it is, but maybe that needs to change. And that's part of your blind spot, is what's holding you back that you can't see. So look at the areas of life where things are actually not working. And that might hold some clues. 9 of Pentacles in reverse, what you need to know moving forward. So this is the 9, which is about how you show up in your material world, or what your material world might feel or look like. There's an unrootedness here. There is maybe a focus on too many material aspects, or not having enough self-worth, not feeling good enough, or not feeling good within the body, within the environment somewhere. So the environment might have to change. Your internal environment, or the environment that you find yourself in, may have to change in order for you to feel a certain way. There's also a lack of security here. So whatever this situation is that's causing some kind of upheaval or disharmony is affecting your self-worth. It's affecting maybe your environment where you find yourself. So again, just an upheaval and uprooting of something here. But you're coming in fine. You're coming in hot. So just look at the areas where you're not feeling so confident, you're not feeling so secure within some kind of environment or foundation within yourself, but within your life, and see if there's any changes that need to be made there, and also tap into that shadow. There might be an aspect of proving yourself here or maintaining some kind of high standard or image. And the Page of Swords, be open to learning new things in this process. I think you're on the precipice of either coming up with a new idea or taking some kind of new journey. This could be a new way of thinking. This could be a new way of communicating, but also just a lot of clarity about what you want to do moving forward and what decisions you might have to make in order to do that. So that is what I have for you, my dear soul path 3. If you'd like to go deeper into this work, you can join my inner circle on Patreon or work with me one-on-one. Links for that are in the description, but if you're not into that, like and subscribe at least if you want to receive more intuitive reflections like this. And with that, I will see you in your next reading.